in the room. Hello, Luna. Who do you think will win this game? I'll get a meow out of you. Oh, I don't know if you heard it. The mic maybe didn't pick it up there. Can we get another one? Can you step a little bit closer to the microphone, please? Oh, she's meowing too quietly. It looks like she just wants some pets. Luckily, we've got time here during the draft, as we are already underway here. Game 2, as I said, of Nemiga versus Wind and Rain. Come here, kitty. Yes. Alright. Game 1 lasting... Oh, don't bring out your claws. Game 1 lasting just about an hour, as just a little bit over an hour, actually, as Nemiga were able to finish it off, despite Nefrit's best wishes on the Luna. I was going to pull up the DOTA2 page here for that last game. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick here, because I literally think that that Luna did well over, well, what do you think, 18,000 damage maybe here? Take a look, game number 1. I need to pull this up in YASP. There we go. Let's look this guy up. And team fights and the last fight here. Luna did 14,584 damage, healed for 3,000, and gained over 2k gold in that fight. Wow. That's, yeah, that was a fight right there for sure. And, my goodness, for real, that damage output was pretty insane. So I wasn't too far off, luckily. You know, 3 heroes had to buy back there to eventually kill the Luna, but it's going to be a similar draft here from Nemiga, as they'll open again with the tiny Lena. This time pick up the Ogre. Could be a 3 Ogre as well. The teams do like to run it here in Europe. So I wouldn't be too surprised by that. I think it works nicely here. We'll see. I think it's going to be another mid-tiny, honestly. After a game like that, how do you not want to play tiny again, to be quite honest? Just start channeling a spell and blow up someone. Ooh, that's gotta be fun, honestly. It's gotta be a very fun game there. Undying Rubik, though, is a nice 4-5. It's not gonna be as strong, in my opinion, as a Luna Ogre is in lane, especially an Ogre, right? I think the Undying is very strong, don't get me wrong. But the Rubik, I think, is just a bit weak. He provides a nice little bit of damage output there with the Fade Bolts, but the stun is just not too strong, I think. Especially early on, it's just a little weak here. So that's going to be probably the 3 Magnus. Wind and Rain might want to try and pull out the PA here. PA Ember is another popular pick here with the Mag. Unfortunately, the Ember's been banned by Wind and Rain in the first phase, so likely unable to see it. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really contemplate more about the Wind and Rain draft until we see another core pickup. Nemiga, though, I think are going to decide if they want to take the PA here or not, just to be safe. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we could play against it like a, you know, like a Dazzle Huskar, but like, do we want to? Is sort of my thinking about that, because it's just strong, man. Like, you can definitely do it. You need an early game lineup, and this is a lineup that could potentially do it too here between the tiny Lena and the Ogre. I'm going with the Luna, so potentially, so this time Nemiga taking a page out of the Wind and Rain book and going with the Luna. My goodness.
Assassin.
Yeah, there's the PA, the Mang PA. Sorry, I just got a push notification from the BBC. It's the most popular news story right now that Fortnite was blown up and replaced with a black hole. So that's very cool. It's the most read story on the entire BBC right now. Quite interesting. Anyway, the Mag P8 will be, so now you need another sort of early game momentum hero for Nemiga. I don't honestly know if Ogre's going to be able to provide that for you, so maybe now you want to switch him over to a 5 instead of the 3, and if that wasn't already the case. They'll ban the Pugna once again. I think you could end up going, let's see, you need an offlaner that can get you off to a good start. I see the Abba's not banned. You can get a Dispel. Oh my god, the cat. No, don't scratch the chair, please. Please, no. This is an expensive chair. The cat, sorry, I just completely threw me off. Yeah, the Abba's not banned. You can Dispel the Fade Bolts, of course, which can be quite nice, and as well the slow from the dagger coming out from the PA. Most importantly, I think that's kind of a good pick here because you can get the Curse of Avernus onto the towers and increase your attack speed there of Luna early on. Luna goes a bit all out for drums, early Yasha Manta style might be the move here, just to make sure that Mag PA can't get online because it's notoriously weak early on. Abbas as well as a core, I think, who does well with space given to him. Could potentially run an axe here. I don't know if I really like the axe though, just because the crits are a bit scary.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Mid-wind then it'll be. There we go. Just have to give the cat some attention before the game to make sure she does not jump onto the desk and potentially injure herself. Or me. Of course. Mid-wind against likely the Tiny here. They could still decide to switch it up if they don't really like that matchup here. I don't know. I think I still like the Abba. You can go ahead and Dispel the
Timber Saw.
The Timber's good as well, actually. That completely shuts down the PA too. So maybe they're willing to take this one a bit later then, is what that tells me. Because Timber, he's up early and then he stays online early. Late game, he's still quite strong too. That pure damage is absolutely no joke out of the Chakram, or Chakrams. Chakra is maybe the plural of Chakram. I don't know, actually. Maybe it's probably just Chakrams, I'd imagine. But in either case, they do a crap ton of pure damage there as it tracks. This time I'm going to take a spin on the Luna. Which is, yes, it's your name, kitty, isn't it? That's why you're over here, I'm sure, because I keep saying Luna so much and you heard me scream it. Oh, who's a good kitty, Luna? Alright. I'll let her stay in the room for now. Nefrit on the PA, it is the Nequo Rubik 4Y again on the Undying. Played a great Undying yet last game too. For like the first 25 minutes was able to bait out the calls out of the Chosen One early on, only to just soul rip himself back to HP. Sure, he didn't really, I mean, he wasted a lot of time, mana, and most importantly, what just happened to my Dota? And put the Culling Blade on cooldown. We have a remake? Nope. Okay, interesting. Every single hero has just disappeared at once. There we go, they're back. They just had to get in position. They all had to like leave the stage and get ready to pose here for the opening screen, obviously. All right. Make sure we're good to go here. Let's not look at fantasy points, and instead look at last hits here as we head up for the top lane, Rubik and Boogie. The good thing about this is that my whole spiel, this set makes me uncomfortable. This makes it look like Boogie, or the Boogie set, it's not the Boogie set, but the set Boogie has equipped rather, makes it look like he's like a snake or something, or that the tail section of Magnus is like really long for some reason. I don't know if I like that. Anyway, my whole spiel about Magnus, to continue on, besides the cosmetics, is that he's going to be following around the PA for a fair amount of time. From like the 15 to 25 minute mark is generally pretty normal, right? Giving her that empower buff, or at least they have to be farming close to each other, which in some way is probably going to indirectly reduce the farm efficiency of one another, right? Not insanely, but for that amount of time, he still has to be there to apply the buff to PA. Whereas if you look at the other side here, it's the offlane Timbersaw here on the Chosen One. He has no such restrictions. He can kind of do not really whatever he wants, right? But he's not restricted to having to follow around his Luna and, you know, chop from everyone, because they have other ways of killing people. Or they have other ways of farming, rather, on the Luna. She's got it built in here. She will actually stand her ground and fight and help secure one extra bounty rune here early on, but we will miss first blood down bottom. Fervian, as well as Astral, will run them down. Get the kill onto Undying. This is a strong level 1 combo. He's actually gone for the Ignite, interestingly enough. I almost thought for sure it would have been Fire Blast to combo there into the LSA, but not the case. Silly me. 8 strength stolen off of Lena, though, so it gets scary. So we already see taking a bit of damage here is Luna. Yes, you are, aren't you, Luna? Oh, she is just in... She is purring like crazy here, so I don't have to use 2 hands to obs yet. Can get away with it here on the mouse. Look at this, 12 strength stolen here on the Lena. The issue is, if you don't have any follow-up, right, is that you just pop a Tango and you're like, okay, thank you for rehealing all of my HP. Nice LSA onto 2, but it's a lot of strength on. I make that 280 max HP, 160 total HP was on this Lena level 1. Not the strongest hero, especially when you've only got 4 strength to your name, by the way. As careful, this man coming at you, 1000 HP. He's not scared of you. Jesus Christ, that was like 2 wand charges. Don't let that fool you. And it did that much damage. Middle lane here. Wind and Rain on the middle lane. Wind Ranger. There it is. How could Wind and Rain potentially even lose this game if we got a Wind Ranger? There's Wind and Rain in that name. You can look it up. It's in there, both of them. All right, Luna. I must use 2 hands now. My goodness, Troll Strength stolen, constantly keeping Lena low. Keeping her at bay, really. As also at bay is Nefrit, though. Unable to really get a whole lot done here. Of course, mostly CS there with the dagger, and whenever possible. And as Wise done a fantastic job of zoning out the Astral support at the very least. So it's down to mostly a 1v1 as the supports down bot lane will continue to spar, right? Like that's somewhat ideal for you, back down to 400 HP. Now level 2 at least, so getting a bit more strength to her name. As we look top lane, a nice dive top lane will result into the kill onto 1. Fervian with the kill onto Boogie. He'll die for the kill, but that's definitely going to be well worth as you get a kill early on. Well, my goodness. When he loses his decay stacks, he loses about all of his HP, trying to deny himself here to the Ancients, and get him, Dad. Big Angel will just slap him once. Some of them don't even move here. Bottle Crow, Bottle Crow. Bottle Crow, nicely done. You've even given him the additional sip for free. That's that efficient usage you like to see. 2 levels now in the dagger, not too unnormal there. Slow duration as well as the cast range, of course, increasing per level. It's gonna get a bit annoying here as they get more and more levels into the blur, though, to try and actually harass the Lena, as a deny on the Undying will at last have him return to the lane. Yeah, if you deny yourself to the creeps, of course, it takes forever. There you go now, Astral LSA not going to connect. 2 level disadvantage. Why is still level 1, by the way, but has been doing a fantastic job here. It is going to give solo XP as well to the PA, who really needs it. Is going to struggle at these early levels a lot. So the Timbersaw is mostly free to farm here, but PA is not doing too bad either. for it. 14 last hits to his name on the PA. Is the pole going to get interrupted here? Nice last hit there. Able to get it despite the Lina auto attack coming through, but a big kill onto Zatrax's top. It's a much different hero he's playing this game. Last game, in a much different lane actually. Last game he was, I don't want to say abandoned because that was kind of the strategy in the draft, right? But last game he had to solo lane against a tri-lane as a Lycan. Not really your ideal lane. And then he was on a hero that just loves running people down, right? So this game though, it's gonna be a bit different. Your positioning on Luna is so important early on because you do have good move speed. You just need to be careful with it. 5-minute runes, a little bit early there on the Fire Blast will secure it. Lucent Beam, however, there's going to be the Avalanche gang from mid. Mellow Jewel again on this Tiny, going for the body blocks, trying to find a few more auto attacks with the Lucent Beam and the Fire Blast. That's plenty of damage. Top lane, they'll lose an additional one here onto Wind and Rain. His Undying will also die, likely for the rune, I'd imagine. Looks like it. Is that going to be 3 runes for Nemiga? Not quite. 3 kills for Nemiga, but then we still have a rune on the map. Actually, a bit of trouble here is Boogie going for the stun into the Lucent Beam, but that Fade Bolt level 2, not a whole lot of armor yet on the Luna. 211, of course, but still not the tankiest hero in the game. 660 HP total right now, and that's what without an Undying in the lane, right? Speaking of an Undying in the lane, the Chosen One getting pretty deep onto the enemy tower here. 18 stacks here of the reactive armor is going to be max, and he's pretty comfortable just being very annoying as he's going to actually fortify the wave here. Maybe they've fortified as well for top, but fortify the wave here as well. 12 strength, Stolen leaves in at 780 HP, but it only makes his regen look even bigger is the problem. We'll at least get the siege creep off the tower. Able to get the CS as well, securing that with the dagger. There's a gank from mid, maybe Wish, looking to maybe find something. He doesn't have a whole lot of mana. Power shot maxed here, and the wind run, but no levels in the shackle. Makes it a bit of a tough kill against the Timbersaw. 3 heroes top here in favor of Nemiga. This TPing back will be Wish now to the mid lane. Level 7 on Mellow Jewel, so he's got a tiny bit of an advantage here. Huge CS advantage, 42 and 5 compared to now they're only the 30 and 2 in favor of Tiny there, quite obviously. A few more denies, but mostly CS, he's 10 ahead as even leaving the lane to get a kill too, as his gank attempt was successful, ganking at the 5-minute runes. Ganking at around 5 minutes is pretty strong because you're level 5, which is quite frequently, more often than not, on a lot of mid laners, is a huge power spike for them, right? And you don't have to go too far. You can generally refill your bottle as well if the team communicates with you. You might even get a kill or 2, ideally, out of it. And you don't give too much pressure to the mid laner. As Nefrit, you're going to be forced to leave now that the Chakram is finally leveled. That pure damage is no joke. 50 DPS. It's like almost like a black hole. I believe actually black hole has the same damage per second at level 1. Of course, it doubles to 100 and 150 compared to the 75 and 100 of the Chakram. So it's not that strong. So it's not like a black hole, but for now it essentially is going to be a black hole where you play Fortnite and the PA does not want to stand in. That much is going to be clear. So, try on try action up top now, as off into the jungle. Where has our PA gone? Yep, there she is, into the jungle, but level 6 does have the coup de grace, and of course the empower level, she missed a bit, only level 1 empower though, so not too much of an advantage here, as careful as the Atrox getting quite low here. They'll drop the tombstone, that will have to get focused on first, but Luna makes quick work of that. And they'll be able to just back off now. I've misplaced my water bottle, I don't know where it's gone. Tower down bot will fall. To the Timbersaw, who's going to have a nice advantage there early game here, as predicted, and, you know, that is why they draft the hero, of course. Now, Wish, a bit of damage here, Herbian in a lot of trouble. They're going to get a kill onto the PA as he goes for a ward. I don't know if that blocks the camp. It should, actually. That's the whole reason. No, it doesn't block the camp. Not at all. I don't know if that's going to be dewarded here. Just trying to find maybe a ward here in a likely unward spot, but no such dice. So an early lead then for Nemiga. We'll see what they want. What have we got queued up here on the Luna? Who has died once, by the way. Where's the Luna? There she is. During a Basilisk, gonna be drums. It will be the drums, so they're gonna be pushing early here. We saw this earlier last time, last time they had an Abaddon and a Lush, so they were really pushing at this point in time. But this time they don't have the advantage that, well, the enemy team is going to go for a little bit of a later strat. This strat has very high DPS, right? But it's just not good early. Move slow, being very annoying here. Tiny now rolling in, gonna get that kill quite easily. Still has a little bit of agi here. I think he loses attack speed, right? Yeah. Javelin ready here on the Wind Ranger. Probably gonna go for, of course, the Maelstrom, maybe then BKB early on. I don't really know if you have the damage though. Ideally with Maelstrom you do, but it's a bit tough in this lineup. PA Mag gonna have to work out a little bit more farm here between the two of them before we can think about really going for a big fight. As here it is now. I mean, they even got a little bit of a nice buff here for the Luna between just the Bloodlust. It's gonna be quite strong. That blur does make it really nice to farm these angels, especially the annoying ones that's kind of wreck you as a PA. As down bottom, actually, they're going to get a kill. Looks like that was going to be the Eclipse used. Indeed it is. That's why it's nighttime again. I should have known something was up, as there's no Night Stalker in the game. Maybe in a bit of trouble now. He's going to be the Undying. He'll drop his Tombstone onto the high ground. They're going to be able to gain vision from this, however. He's quite tanky, though. Again, more levels on the Tombstone. 7 HP left when they go for the Laguna Blade, but sometimes you just got to style on them. But once committed there, I mean, it's not like a Lion Finger where you need to get more damage on it, but you know what? I like it. Might end up resulting here in a bottom tier one as well. In fact, I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Looks like I will be surprised. They're going to go ahead and back off, not wanting to fight. You still got a whole minute until Tombstone's back, though. Not that that's the biggest thorn in your side yet. As the Chosen One will be cutting the wave out from Nefrit, so out he goes. Astral now dead. Probably a Fade Bolt into a Power Shot. What do you know? That's enough damage there. Forward there. Stolen Timber Chain, a bit aggressively, 2 times multicast now on Fervian, but away goes Nikwa trying to run. Luna actually going to get stunned here. Needs to be a bit careful. That's going to be a maxed Fade Bolts there. Does plenty of damage. Pure damage as well here on the Timber Chain. 100 pure damage. Windrunner now. Yep, there's going to be Maelstrom soon. Empower buff helps with the damage, of course, but you don't get the cleave as nice as that would be. Speaking of cleave, let's check on our PA. Continuing to farm now. Going to have the Desolator first item here, so just going to go for a minus armor strat here. I think maybe. I don't know if you need to go all in for that, but that's going to be even better with your Windrunner as well, so it might be worth maybe picking up another medallion somewhere on someone. Maybe the Rubik here. Doesn't seem to be the case, but they caught one. It's going to be Nemiga. They're going to put the RP for this as well, and they should have this kill. This is quite a tanky boy. Yeah, not quite able to escape, though. Nearly does it, but one last power shot is all it takes there. He's got a lot of armor, that man, but not nearly enough to fight 4 heroes there. Tiny DD Blink Dagger could be huge here. Nearly already has that full, not a full, but working on rather the Echo Saber is going to be big. So here comes the blink reveal, hiding into the trees. They might know something's up. Into the trees he goes, maybe going for a wish there. Going to find two. The toss is perfect, and into the Eclipse they go. A little bit overkill there, but now both heroes on a killing spree, so I would say well worth it. They're going to have to find this tombstone, though. It's going to be on the cliff up the high ground. There they go. We'll be able to make pretty quick work of that. Soul Rip's available, but might need to save it for himself here, as Fervian will be tracking him down, though. There's going to be the stun, toss, the avalanche, still with the DD here on the Tiny. He's going to get 2 kills and now a tower out of that DD rune off the Blink Dagger reveal. Very nicely done there. That's some quality blink. So Trax will push that tower down. They might be able to get more into Fret, looking for the TP out. The LSA not going to quite come in time, though. Long cast time on that one. Now Mag getting tossed back into the Lina. There's the 2x multicast. The Laguna Blade now is enough. And Nemiga continuing to keep the ball rolling here. This is exactly how you have to play against a Mag PA. It's the only way, really, you can play against a Mag PA. My goodness, missing a kill mid lane here, so they might even go for more. Telekinesis lifting him off just for a second, but again, just continuing to stagger the kills makes it. And they've used RP. They have gotten a kill out of it here onto the Chosen One TP. Now he's going to find 2 heroes, but what can PA really do against him here now? Kind of blinking forward is Melojewel. This is going to be a big kill. The RP onto 2. They actually haven't gotten the kill yet either, but they've stolen Whirling Death now, as it's going to be Wish instead getting a kill in mid lane onto the Lina. I heard the kill sound and thought the worst. Might be able to turn something out of this, but looking unlikely. There's going to be the Hood of Defiance. Now Tombstone dropped, and here comes Nefrit. Does have the Desolator, still alive for a little bit while is Fervian, but finally will die there to the zombies, taking him down as the Chosen One jumping forward here. Quite tanky. Melojewel jumping in once again. Nothing there to Timber Chain 2. Still quite low now. That's a very quality power shot as well. And 1 Maelstrom proc is what they need. As now they've joined the fight here. As Trax here, ready to fight. Will have that Eclipse in 10 seconds. It's a bit risky here, considering you. Oh, that's Chakram he's giving him. Not even Whirling Death. Not bad. They don't even look that similar, honestly. Oh, it's because of the icon difference that threw me off. Yeah, the icon difference threw me off. Not bad. I was like, what? Is that Whirling Death? I don't know. No RP, though. No Tombstone. Smoke gonna break instantly on Boogie, who's just gonna stand there. Not really sure what else I would do there if your smoke just instantly breaks when you're chilling under your tier 2. But you know where they're at now. Is in a very aggressive ward. We'll scout out the Undying quite easily. It's a beautiful 2-man shackle, though, as now the Chosen One trying to run away. Unable to, as Nico with the stolen Chakram will cut through him. Pure damage. Great against him, too. Eclipse now going onto the Rubik. They'll be able to get 1. Holding onto the skewer here is Boogie. Now Nefrit jumping back in. Now that the Eclipse has ended, buying back is Rubik now. They have used the Lucent Beam, though, so you can't quite steal that. Beautiful jump in, as that's going to be Lucent Beam stolen. As I said, not Eclipse, but it's enough setup there. Now Wish on a killing spree. As a bit maybe too aggressive out from Nemiga, who have dropped probably six deaths here in pretty quick succession. Maybe even, no, not more, actually. Onto the Windrunner they go. Laguna Blade there is going to be able to cut her down. Melojewel could be in a bit of trouble. Nice LSI onto 1. They'll come to the Tombstone again, skewering forward. RP used again. I swear to God, we've been fighting since the last RP. Avalanche toss into the RP, nearly enough to kill this PA, but the zombies keeping them at bay. And now, look who's back. It's the Chosen One. 12 and 17 now, as the teams just continue running at each other. I guess it's time that Nefrit's not farming, but she's got a lot of damage here. And there goes the blur. They know someone's farming those Ancients, and again, Chakram will be stolen. That is Chakram, right? Yep. Pure damage will be quite good here. Zatrax is now respawned, pushing top lane up. Need to keep up the tower pressure here against Magpie. It's the only way, but as a reminder here, Wind and Rain need to win this series, as they need to get 2 points at least. I don't know the tiebreaker rules specifically, but 2 points, so I guess they don't need to, but 2 points would guarantee themselves to be moving on into the playoffs. While a loss here would almost certainly seal their fates. go now. Chosen One just continuing to tank up here. He's got actually does have max charges there on the reactive armor. Nice tombstone. Placed down quite aggressively though. We'll have a soul rip ready for them, but now Hello Jewel jumping right onto Y, preventing the soul rip from coming out. Down goes the tombstone and the chakram flying all in, out, and around here. Do remember one of them is the Rubik's. Stolen that, he's not giving it up quite yet. Fortify will come out, keeping the creep alive a bit longer as the back door will kick in. Nearest creep wave's right there. They might continue going for it though. Not a whole lot of sustain on this team though, is an issue they currently have. Besides on the Timbersaw, you need a source of lifesteal. You need a Vlad's maybe would be nice. It's going to be Echo Saber and a tier 2 down. 20-minute runes. They'll split 2 for 2 here as Nemiga off the back of the tier 2 top. We'll, of course, grab the top tier 2s, or the top 2 bounties. And look at this vision coming out from Nemiga, actually so quite aggressive. As, I say that, but that ward gets pinged out nearly instantly. I had a ward down here as well some time ago, don't forget. Actually, it was right here on this tree, more accurately. Have we got a BKB queued up? We do have BKB queued up. That's BKB queued up, not BQB. Alright, as our Luna completed the Manta, not yet, and they're gonna fight Ultimate Orb in the backpack, so they won't have those plus 10 stats each. Yes, they might head into Y again. He does have a Tombstone at the ready. Has max the Tombstone. Will he be able to drop it is the question. Absolutely not. Does not have the buyback either. I believe he's already used it this game once before. Nope, just doesn't have the gold simply. Going for the D ward here. Might turn this into a Roshan, as I think that's going to be a Manta style on the way now off the back of that kill. Be able to contest this. Your Undying's back in 10 seconds. He's quite low level. They don't do Roche too quickly. They don't have a source of anti-armor. And they're just going to leave Roche half HP. Only 21 minutes, so not the tankiest Roshan either. But they did not force the Tombstone out, so they could easily go for it now. As they'll smoke up, power shot into Roche. Sending forward an illusion here from the Manta style. Making sure that they're trying to say that it's very safe. They do have RP here on Wind and Rain, so they could really turn this into their favor. As PA from behind with the BKB reveal, there's going to be the Crimson Guard. The RP is going to be onto 2 now. Laguna onto Y, gets the Tombstone down though. Look at the damage getting bumped out. Down goes the Ogre. Astral quite low as well. They'll be able to get finally the Undying, but Nephert now on the back of the 10-second BKB, killing 2 cores and the Ogre. Doing plenty of damage now, and Wind and Rain might be able to turn this one around here. As already 15 to 20, with only a 2k lead separating the teams, and now maybe even a bit less as we have a short pause again. Discord. Up to 11k now, this net worth lead, thanks to the Empower. It's pretty insane here, as you can see, plus 1, 2, 3 damage. I'll be right back. I need to grab my water bottle so I don't parch my throat. Remember to stay hydrated when you sit for a long time, everyone. Get that blood flowing in the legs, very important, and a good chair with good posture. Back to this game. Aegis now on the back of the PA, as thanks to the Roshan gold, we'll get a little bit of a gold swing here, but Wind and Rain already proving themselves to have a nice XP advantage. Farming up nicely here, pushing back after a 5k net worth deficit. As we get the G's, now it's Nemiga needing a second. Looks like their Discord is having some issues.
What are we laughing about?
Top lane here in a bit of trouble. Could be the chosen one. He's got the Crimson Guard, able to maybe escape here a little bit. No BKB for a few seconds on the PA. I don't know if that's going to make all that much of a difference, though. Chakram back up in a few seconds, as that's going to be a stolen Dragon Slave. Don't let that confuse you, as it did for me for a second. I'm like, are they fighting this? Really? You just multicast Quelling Blade there, by the way? I didn't know you could multicast Quelling Blade. What an interesting combination there. Already, Tiny. Mellow Jewel just going for the same build here as last game, not deviating from the plan. He's on pace for a faster one here, I believe. His farm's quite good, of course. It's just we have two very fast farmers in the game. One's the Luna, who's only getting the Bloodlust, and of course Nefrit benefiting nicely from the Empower. No Empower buff now. There's going to be a stun onto Tiny, though, as the team will just leave him. I think that's going to be his first death. No, it's his fourth. But 8 kills on that man here already. 5-0 and 6 now on Nefrit, as he will continue to extend that lead. Lena now making a mad dash towards the BKB. I don't know if she's going to be able to live here, though, as the lockdown from Nikwa, level 4 on the Arcane Supremacy, means that LSA stun is kind of insane here. And the second LSA, you've stuck around a bit too long, Lena. She will die out, as the bottom tier 1 will fall to Nefrit. Tier 2s they go. Good damage out from the Windrunner. The Desolator's very good with her as well, because it does reduce her damage there without the Aghanim Scepter, so you can actually do a bit more, and still in the Windrun form here. Will commit, actually, the Focus Fire is what I meant to say, not Windrun reducing your damage. Focus Fire will reduce it. With that attack speed, though, so you can get that minus armor done. It's marginally a little bit better by a bit. Lena continuing to farm, wants this BKB, but only keeps finding Nefrit now, who has a Basher. Bash on the second hit there. It's a brand new item. As out come the voice lines now, as finally Wind and Rain will take themselves up. That's my console. Up finally, for the first time in the entire game, actually, it looks like they're up in net worth. 27 minutes in, not looking like they're pushing up high ground. Great advantage here, according to just about everything, with an 89% win rate in their favor, according to Dota+. And another tier 2 down here consecutively is needing to save the Fortify is Nemiga. Tombstone dropped here, giving vision, not allowing a Tiny to blink in. That's going to be quite an unpleasant surprise. But Luna, I thought for sure she'd cut the wave there, but going to decide against it perhaps. Checking Roche, but unfortunately that Aegis is still on PA for a few more minutes, maybe a minute. Mid lane chosen one might get going on here. Power shot, they've got plenty of damage here. Stealing the strength, the lockdown, but no one to latch onto there with the shackle shot. Has blurred up Nefrit, not wanting to make the jump there. The Luna Illusions cutting the wave here, for top at least, trying to keep the creeps off of the tier 2 is going to be quite essential, as that'll not allow them to get megas here too quickly. They do push structures very fast. That's the scary part. My goodness. Next up is just straight Satanic for PA here. Is there an item here on this courier? Just wards. It's the best, the most important item of all. Timber now has the Guardian Groove, so that's going to be a strong Dispel for him. Is going to be very... Oh, it's basic Dispel, but it's strong in that, you know, it helps. Yeah, want to use against the Shackle Shot, though. Not that you can use items anyway. It's Ogre Magi going to get focused down here. Was trying to push a little bit as plenty of pings come out. He's going to ping himself. I'm not even sure how he ended up all the way down there, to be quite honest. Nefert's BKB, or Aegis, will now get reclaimed. Jesus Christ. The frickin' Ogre Magi, man. Wind and Rain continue to play quite nicely. A little smoke up, head back towards the enemy side of the map here. There's no crit on the Astro Boogie. Jumping forward, skewering back. They do have the Crimson Guard placed down. Shockwave drawing them a bit closer. Stolen out, let's say, as well, coming out nearly instantly. Spell stolen. I think this one is Whirling Death. It's gotta be, right? Don't troll me. No, he stole Chakram again. That's so silly because he steals it. This isn't the default icon. When he steals it, it shows the default icon of Chakram, and then when you look at it in his inventory or in his spell list, it's not. It's his own cosmetic. It's ridiculous, man. So confusing. But continuing to starve here, the Luna out of farm. She does have Aghanim Scepter, interestingly enough. Nearing level 20, but not quite. This does get stronger and stronger here early on. Against the BKB, though, it's going to be quite literally useless, though. 9 total beams here. Level 4 Lucent Beam with the Ags. This upgrade, of course, will give it an additional 3 beams. And that cast range allowing it to move. Looks like maybe, I don't even know where Nemiga went wrong here. I don't even think they went too wrong. The stretch is pretty strong. I think you just slightly misplay your early game here against a draft like this, and there goes your chances of really easily winning. Now it becomes a hard game to the end. Instead, they'll smoke up here on the side of Nemiga, head bot lane here, as we now continue to vie for 30-minute runes. Why? Can they get him down before the tombstone comes out? The answer, yes. Unsurprisingly. We'll buy back, though. They're going to try and fight this. They're not going to latch onto the tiny. Actually, they will latch all the way onto the low ground. It's skewering him all the way back. Does have the Aghanim Scepter, but only one tree ends up getting tossed there. Quite ineffective there without your Daedalus and without the Divine Rapier this game. Not quite hitting for the 2,000 it used to, that he's maybe used to. 20 runes will spawn, though, as they're still on the chase here. Nefrit maybe trying to find someone. Has gone and completely bought out. Has the Satanic now. Onto Fervian they go. Plenty of stuns, plenty of lockdown. Means a dead Ogre. It does have buyback, but dead for 45. The Chosen One Shrine is best here to continue cutting waves. The tier 2 has already fallen, and now Omegas could potentially be taken. Tiny back in 13. Looks like he bought out for the Aghanim Scepter there and ends up dying. As the Chosen One returning to the base now. Rubik there with the toss. Stolen as the stuns continue into the telekinesis lift. The LSA will stun up the PA. Might just be enough, but the stolen Timber Chain, actually. Nico's followed him right up there. He wants to be just like him. There's going to be the Aghanim Scepter Eclipse. Not super effective yet until the level 3, but they'll at least get a kill here onto Nico. Dead for 90 seconds, by the way. My goodness, the Chosen One getting very aggressive here in the middle of 4 heroes. There's going to be the BKB as Chosen One finally will die. Ends up falling to the soul rip there. Dying back now is the Ogre Magi. Nice LSA to hold back the PA for a little bit. The tree toss, like I said, not too effective. Without, it's not too effective in holding your high ground unless you get them up here. But all these trees gone already. I suppose that is a very farmed Rubik. Level 19, having a few solo kills already, having a higher level than the Luna, unfortunately, who still is level 17 here. As the Tree of Volley comes through again. Toss combo onto the PA, still not nearly enough damage. Still has the Satanic. Will now be healed back to full HP. It's the Chosen One coming back in now, trying to slow someone down, but these 5 heroes still quite strong. You still have RP too, so don't forget about that. I don't believe you got the Tombstone any longer. You will have it in about 10 seconds, so buyback for naught here out of the Chosen One. 30 minutes now, 32 minutes into this game. Felt like this one's really flown by considerably compared to the last game. Not really too many a dull moment thanks to the high amounts of kills. Roche going to be back up in about 45 seconds though. Still in it, I would say, is Nemiga. Only down 5k. They just need to get level 18, preferably level 20 here on the Luna, and then this axe becomes kind of ridiculous. Then it's more of an orbital cannon than anything. She's TP'd. Where has she TP'd to? Mid? Yes, she has. Needs this level 18 though. About to get it. The cooldown, of course, doesn't go down, but 6 more beams. Thank you very much. Max beams per unit is still 5 though, so that's going to be, I don't know the DPS off the top of my head. 1500, and then with the beam damage, a lot more. Over 2000. About 2250 should be. Of course, out of 16 beams, you're going to need all of them to land onto just 3 people, which is going to be pretty unlikely unless there's only 3 people there. As out goes Fervian once again, just going on a deep warding mission here. Pretty confidently. Roche will now respawn, so that should be a pretty quick Roshan. Now there's that Desolator applied, and the crits 14. 33 crits is what you're critting now with the coup de grace. Thanks to the, well, power, quite frankly. There we go, smoking up, leaving the cheese. Nefrit has the Aegis, Abyssal, BKB, Deso, and Satanic, feeling very strong here, no doubt. As Ogre has pushed bottom quite far, but now, ooh, the Chosen One just TPing out in time. Mello going for the Invis rune, but getting caught by the Blurred PA, now getting crit to death. A little bit of payback for last game. He's going to pick up the rune, but die during the fade time. A little bit of, maybe more like a lot of damage there. The crits coming through, the attack speed as well. Insane here on the PA. Ooh. 0.75 attack speed. Here's Ogre now continuing to go as well. Just pushing out these bottom waves. He's got an item here? Not quite. As much as they'd like to steal Empower here for Tiny, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Now, actually, Luna's been overtaken in terms of net worth 2k ago. And they go straight to the base here. Has Luna gotten to level 20? No, but she is level 18 at least. Really could use this level 20 talent, man. So hard to be farming anyone on the map, though, because if she shows, they're going to jump on her nearly immediately, I'd imagine. Holding on to that BKB is going to have 9 seconds. A spell stolen here will be, again, the Chakram. Again, see, look, oh, because he's stolen return Chakram, I see. Oh, well, that's a way to make sure Tiny doesn't throw any trees at you. Break all of his trees. No tree protector this time either. The RP onto 2. Tiny now buying back as out comes the Eclipse with BK beat up. Are most heroes onto Y go most of the bounces. But again, he's just so damn tanky. He doesn't even give a darn. Barracks will now fall. Nefrit Godlike has used that BKB here, but Lena with no buyback as the tree toss still not doing all too much considerably. As now the toss Avalanche PA maybe in a bit of trouble here. There's the Solar to help her out. Another Lucent Beam, but now in trouble as they've jumped onto Luna. There's more Soul Rips coming through. The Tombstone has fallen now, but the Stolen Chakram out from Nico is doing a whole lot of work here. Still alive is Nefrit as well, refusing to die. Thanks to the Satanic Lifesteal here, and no heroes have died whatsoever. They've managed to get the ranged barracks, but probably wouldn't like to leave without these melee barracks, and in fact, they're not going to. GG. Yep, there we go. GG is called. We're going to go to game number 3 here as Wind and Rain stay in it. Nicely done, Mag PA. Not just an automatic win, but they're able to pull it off regardless, so nicely done to them here, and they'll stay in the run here for the OMG Bet Cup playoffs. So stick around, guys. Those will be right back. We'll be right back with that, rather. And as Nefrit goes 9-0 and 10 here, godlike here, giving plenty of fantasy points to if you chose him, you chose correctly. Be back after a short break.
hopping out Ferrari. My house is 3 stories. I'm still independent cause July couldn't afford me. The meetings were boring. For real, I was snoring. The VP was fine, yeah, she was kinda corny. But that's another story. Let's get back to the topic. Right now, me and some negotiating about the rockets. We might buy the compass. Name it, I done it. See it, and want it. Buy it, own it. This is for my homies. That is DJ Screw. R.I.P. now, cause I really miss you. Boy, I'ma stay true until the day I fall. This is the way we buy. Skimming nuts in the mouth, swirly girl. Skimming nuts in the mouth.
Everyone, I did not mute my microphone again, so I didn't have to unmute it. That makes it just that much more efficient, doesn't it, when you think about it? But we are now live. Game number 3, coffee in hand, and what a match of Dota we've had thus far. Wind and Rain fighting tooth and nail. They pull out the Mag PA. Not even banned this time around, but Nemiga again going with the Tiny again. Now that's a hero we haven't seen in a while. Did get a nice little buff. I don't remember if it was the kinetic field or the static storm, so I will shamelessly look it up right quick here while I determine that information. Let me see. One of them got an AoE increase that was actually pretty significant. Whenever you see these AoE increases, you gotta remember like all those videos in science class you saw when you were in school. Well, this is probably a North American thing now that I think about it. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish it off because I think it's good here, right? It's gonna be the Shadow Demon pick. Is the Mirana banned? Mirana's not banned here. You can't probably pick it though because it's probably gonna be a Coddle 4. What is this? I don't know if I like Shadow Demon. No, I do like Shadow Demon 4 actually. I changed my mind on it immediately. But anyway, in America, right, when they teach us about the how shapes work and like triangles, you know, you got your square for right angles, right? You got your triangles, you know, just 3 sides. You got your circle, right? But this is how they teach you about the differences of radius, right? Is that they teach you it in pizza. They're like, remember, you can get more pizza because if, you know, like a 16-inch pizza for like, you know, 10 bucks, you know, is, you know, you shouldn't buy more of those because they're cheaper. Just because the large pizza, which is 4 inches radius bigger, is like $2 more because you get way more pizza because it's pi r squared. So it's increased by a factor of quite literally exponentially. Anyway, yeah, so any buff any buff that they make to any AoEs there is actually pretty strong. Like the vacuum AoEs are pretty good too. I think there's something that's like plus 75 AoE on vacuum, which doesn't sound all that fantastic, but it's actually pretty strong to be quite honest, because it makes it so much easier to pull more heroes in. No one really expects it. Let's see this change log here. So it was the static storm, so they increased the radius from 450 to 500 and buffed the damage here by 25 at level 2 and 50 at level 3 to 200, 275, 350. After that, he got an attack range increase actually as well by 25. Interesting. In any case, let me see here. That's a pretty big increase, right? An increase of 50 squared. Well, not really. You have to do a bunch of math there. I don't really feel like bothered doing, but I think it's somewhere. It's over 10% increase. Honestly, it's a big increase there of the area covered by the static storm. Now, what is our kinetic field? AOE is, of course, it doesn't say. The aura has a radius of 408. Fair enough.
Bounty hunter.
Okay. So it's a bounty last pick here. Likely to be a bounty off lane, maybe is what it looks like. Maybe a Lycan off lane. Bounty safe lane is what we've seen a few times. It's good, but it's terrible late. And a Wind and Rain again will go with it. Oh, actually, no. This time they'll take the Timber Saw. Against the Treant Protector is interesting. That might have a few interesting ramifications. And they probably have some really cute voice lines as well. But I mean, potentially very strong early on here. The bounty is good against the Weaver, of course. Once you time lapse, you're going to be able to dodge out that bit of lockdown. Well, not really lockdown. It's like kind of lockdown. It helps lockdown, right, of the track from the bounty hunter. Night Stalker is going to be pretty good here against the Lycan potentially. The preventative silence there on the Crippling Fear is really strong, honestly. It's only a few heroes that I believe have like a silence that lingers like that. Him and the Riki, if I'm not mistaken. Those are the only two off the top of my head I can think of. Well, Disruptor as well, actually. So now you have two in one here. So those two are very strong. Against Lycan, against Tiny as well, they're not bad, because if you place it down on yourself and Tiny blinks in on top of you, he's not going to be able to use any of his spells, and, well, he's not the biggest right-clicker here. Of course, we all know that's not Melojewel's plan, though. His plan is to go ahead and build that, what's that item called? Echo Saber, Aghanim Scepter, 2 Daedalus, not 1, not 3, but 2. It's the Goldilocks amount of radius. And, of course, that Divine Scepter. But yeah, the Weaver pick is quite interesting. I haven't seen a whole lot of Weaver. I think he does pretty decently here, but the Bounty might be really good against him. The Shadow Demon Demonic Purge as well. I don't believe you can purge that off with the backtrack either. You'll still regain your damage, of course, but you're still going to be slowed down as well. Might be a game to get boots here on the Weaver. The only reason I say that is just so maybe you can dodge out. It's like a Blinding Light. You can run a bit faster way out of the Disco Ball. I don't know if the sleep will reveal invisible units there on the strobe light. Let me change over to the game scene. There you go. Very long voice lines. Let's see what they're able to do here. Again, it's Zatrax, I believe, on the safe lane Lycan. Something that he might be used to here. Yeah, and they might be throwing him safe lane solo Lycan once again, as we have 3 heroes set up bottom lane Astral, the Chosen One, and Fervian. So it's going to be a safe lane Lycan and an off lane Bounty Hunter. Nefrit gonna scout this out here quite quickly. I don't think he's gonna like what he sees, but if it's anything like last game, they're gonna keep it here, and we're gonna go to another 70-minute game. At which point, they're not gonna have, they're not gonna be able to use the ulti here on Weaver because the tree Ags, not the tree Ags. I'm sorry, the tiny Ags trees are doing a ton of damage. This time though, they don't have the Train Protector, so. So here's the thing, right, is that you probably do want to go for the 15 talent here because you have a Timber Saw, so you can continue doing damage, of course, pure damage off of the Whirling Death. As well as the Timber Chain possibilities then. Then the issue becomes, ah, crap, well, we don't want to, you know, have machine gun Treant or machine gun Tiny Axe again, though. That's less than ideal. Let's see what he goes for. The Europe build here on Train Protector seems to max, or preferably max, the Living Armor. I've seen that maxed. NA and SCA like to put a few more levels here. NA specifically will do more in the Leech Seed. Well, I think SCA really likes the Natures guys, but you guys in Europe, you love the Living Armor, which is good, but I think a route this game might even be better. Prevent him from going invis. He's got plenty of stacks of Shadow Poison here already. 80 damage only. Level 1 Shadow Poison stacks. I mean, it's very cheap, but my god, it's so little damage. 4, now 5, 320, now with 6. Wow, okay, never mind. I severely underestimated that amount of damage. It only stacks up to 5 times once as well, so I'm surprised he even died there. But 344 damage there with the Shadow Poison release is enough. So that's first blood there. Slightly underwhelming, honestly. It's always kind of weird whenever you get that kill early on. Already they know the Train Protector is down here, so they're like, oh, well, time to chop down all these trees. Bounty ready with the Quelling Blade. They've got a sentry here for both heroes, so at least a lot of the invis, if not all of it actually, going to be centered down bottom. Mid lane Timber against Tiny. It's going to have a strength melee matchup. Should maybe be in Timber's favor. It's not a whole lot of trees mid lane that you can actually get aggressive with, though, as there is in lane, though, is the problem. I mean, down bottom, of course, you have a Train Protector, but you know, aside from that really stupid joke, you've got these trees in the side. Like look at where look where Shadow Demon's standing, right? Like a Treant Protector, a Timber could do a bit of damage to him there with a Whirling Death or Timber Chain to him. Whereas mid lane, you don't really have that flexibility. You're going to either use it extremely aggressively or defensively. Blinding Light, of course, very strong. Night Stalker used to be the counter to Coddle, but then they both got reworked, and now I feel like it's not really all that important anymore. Especially because I feel like Coddle Eggs is not as strong as it used to be. Before, I would argue it was maybe too strong, because it would give you permanent, whatever it was called mode, which gave you access to then the Blinding Light, and one more ability, I don't remember, Recall, right? Wasn't it Recall that you got? Yeah, remember when Coddle could recall? That was random. That wasn't even too long ago, I feel. I miss that Coddle. That was the fun Coddle with Mana Leak, Chakra Magic, and Illuminate. Good stuff. Yeah, that was fun. Because then you would build Force Staff, and then just Mana Leak some poor son of a gun, who would then get stunned, by the way, when you drained like 18% of their mana per second. So you'd build a Force Staff, and then exactly this, you'd Blinding Light them forward and just push them back and forth and back and forth. Good times, man. That was clowny. There we go. Again, we're gonna start the stacks of Shadow Poison up to 2 already. Sakuchi'd up. I think let's Wraithband on the way here, indeed, but we're going mid lane first because for a wish. Is there a bottle on that courier? Not sure, but nearby here as well is Nikwa. 2 levels here in the Thunderstrike early on. Good damage onto Miloja. Not going to get a Rune Hover. Ooh, nicely done there with the Static Storm, and right next to a tree, getting that additional damage thanks to the Whirling Death. Nice job there. Yeah, so it's kind of very rare situational when you can actually get any trees destroyed and get bonus damage there.
Oh, you see this? You see?
Jesus Christ, that voice line.
Oh, I'm so happy.
What's going on here at bot lane? 5-minute rinse spawning. Might have a root here onto Astral. Has that disruption. 2 levels. You guys also in Europe do like to max the Shadow Poison as well. Other regions will go for it for more levels than Soul Cutter. It's been nerfed actually, so maybe now Shadow Poison is going to be your best bet, especially early on. This Melojol. Gonna be pulling the wave here, doing some off-lane type shenanigans, just making sure that's the wave is not going to be able to push too hard. There's a wish again. Continue to be aggressive. Orb of Venom on him makes trading with the Tiny a whole lot easier. I was wondering whose orb that was. I figured it was his because it wouldn't make a lot of sense for the Weaver to get one and for the Treants to get one this late. I mean, you can still go for one here. I think it's good, but we're going to go maybe for a root now onto Astral to connect there. The Geminid attack, level 1. It's not Void. Now, it's first nighttime, though. First nighttime, as we like to say, not super useful as it used to be. Or not super important as it used to be. Before, it's like if you didn't get like a kill and a tower in the first nighttime on Old Night Stalker, it was like, well, we're in some trouble this game. But I think here we're going to be mostly okay. Chakram's leveled here on Wish. We're already up to level 6. Avalanche, tossing a creep back onto him, though. Gonna be okay. 3 levels here in the reactive armor. Receiving some tangos from the courier. Just chilling underneath the tower. As a reminder, that's not his tower, by the way, but he's trying to make sure that the siege creep is able to do more and more damage. As they're gonna toss him out of the range, actually, and nicely done there, able to save a bit of damage. Mid lane Treant Protector trying to find a kill, but they're gonna go Shrine up. So Trax has gotten a lot more support here thus far in this laning stage compared to game 1 where he had to solo for basically 8 minutes against a rather unpleasant lane. This is going to be working out for him much better. Just continue to get aggressive now as mid lane goes Nemiga. Astral. There's why could be in the spot of trouble there. Running them down. Tree Protector just scouting. It's like how Fear plays Tree Protector. Fear just, if he's playing a Radiant, Tree Protector just sits in the dire jungle and watches them farm. Just providing intelligence and movements of the enemies. Wish in between two heroes here. That percentage-based damage can be pretty strong against him on the Soul Catcher, especially with the nukes available on Melojol. Avalanche in his wake, slowing one down as they'll get a kill onto Fervian. Yeah, I miss old Coddle, but I like new Coddle as well. Blinding Light every 14 seconds is really annoying. Gonna be maxing, of course, the Chakra Magic. The TP coming here. We'll refill the bottle of Melojol. Gonna get a D ward here, and perhaps even scout a Dream Protector. They want anything to do with that, as I think they might have seen him there. I think they probably did see him, but just picking up a tree there to assert dominance. Saying, yes, I can carry you, by the way, Dream Protector. I can just pick you up and uproot you. Living armor now. Let's see. Has my point been proved? Yeah. Living armor is good though. I mean, it's really good overall. It's a whole lot of damage block. I think they buffed it not really recently, but it was buffed recently too, which is why we're seeing him a bit more. Plus, roots are just super good. When there was like 2 roots in the game, back when. Oh, I hold that thought actually. Is Melojol trying to TP out here? Blinding Light. Nothing's going to be able to connect onto him. Why not level 6 either? Can't go in with the Overgrowth. Fervia now will get ran down by Nefrit. The Swarm here doing a good amount of work. Bringing that armor low of the already low armor hero. The Trox did get his tower taken, but he's recovering. This time opting not for boots quite yet. Of course, straight into the Helm is the normal build because you have level 6 anyway and can't be slowed. But last time he did opt for boots. 10-minute rune spawning shortly here. There's going to be the first track onto Omni. So we'll pull him back thanks to the glimpse. I said Omni, but I meant Nikwa. I don't know why I said thought. Toss forward, though, as they maintain the vision, trying to land this kill onto the very, very squishy Disruptor. Living armor is not going to be enough, as now Boogie in trouble. No longer has that additional move speed. Will be able to escape, though, but has to commit the Dark Ascension here to fly over those trees. Come bottom. I'm not sure if he really wants to go with this. Astral turning has the Demonic Purge now. There's going to be the Tree Protector doing a bit of damage. Astral has nothing to cut down this tree, so will die. 4 stacks of the Shadow Poison. Is that level 2? Level 3 now? It's a lot. 400. Yeah, that's pretty good. They do stack here for at 5 every single time. How's Weaver doing? No boots to his name either. Going straight in Maelstrom, of course. Not a bad Lincoln's game this game, I think. Yeah, especially against Track. They go now, Wish going in for a fight. There is going to be the Metamorphosis. Is they going to try and jump onto Y here? They do have vision of him. No Governor Track, or rather, as Wish trying to fight 3 here, trapped inside the kinetic field. Glimpsing away this dumb dog away as the Trax continues to run around. I don't know why I think the dogs are dumb. The dogs are not dumb. Dogs are kind of dumb. See, the problem is I always think about that dumb post on Reddit about how you counter Lycans. You just have Tiny and you throw a tree and Lycan will chase the tree. That dumb dog. It's the only reason. It's just stuck in my head permanently. My favorite bit of posting there. Wish gonna be able to get that Timber Chain out. Still 4 heroes down bottom. They want this tower on Nemiga. They're not playing around. When these guys commit to a tower, you can be sure that they're all gonna stick around until either they're all dead or the tower's dead. Actually, okay, looks like they're leaving now. Immediately, the Caster's Curse has been activated as all 5 heroes have evacuated the lane. Let's take a look at net worth now. 5,300 net worth is going to be leading mid lane Timbersaw. Level 10. 10 down taken will be that HP. You'll Scepter soon on him. It's going to be nice. Purge off the track, purge off the blinding light as well. Not super massive against him. He does a fair amount of right-click damage, honestly, but we better use to lock down the Lycan throughout his metamorphosis if you can even reach him. 5 stacks now here. You can keep going. This counter, I think, does not cap. In fact, that might be a really interesting way to crash the game, because it probably will overflow at some point, I'd imagine. But now, there they go. There's going to be the Will-O-Wisp drop down, the Strobe Light holding on with a few of them. The Glimpse pulling back the Tiny, as Wish will be able to get the Timber Chain out of harm's way, so they're only going to be able to get the Disruptor for now. So look at that, 10 stacks of the Shadow Poison, 1050 damage coming soon. They actually can't activate it manually because he is dead. But now turning, trying to get a bit more damage. As the stacks will fall, burning about half of his HP. I didn't even notice he continued stacking the Shadow Poison out. Now Boogie with the Dark Ascension, trying to fly up the cliff, but Chosen One will go after him as well. Following him there, so they'll get still only one support for support. That's already. Oh, I thought that was an Wind of Shadows. Mid lane though, they might get the Terrain Protector. You're trying to go for the Overgrowth here, maybe just trying to bait it. Just bait it out. It's a very loud ability, unfortunately, especially if you have a good lower, good headphones with good lower tones. That and Golem are very annoying when you cancel the channel times. Again, though, back onto the bottom tower they go here for the side of Nemiga. And then we're going to be going for Wish. That's already a completed Spear Vessel here on the Bounty Hunter, so a bit of a core, or a utility core, but Wish in a lot of trouble here. Doesn't have any of that regen now, starting to stack up. Look at all these debuffs on his bar. Demonic Purge still not enough. Actually, they're going to be able to kill the Bounty. At last, he will die. Giving a 4 times gold streak ended. Nice Overgrowth holding on the Lycan here. Kinetics Field still there. The Glimpse trying to hold him down a little bit as they'll send back the Tiny, but he's pretty happy to now leave as the rest of Nemiga dead. Nefrit there with a triple kill, able to just do down. I don't think anyone even really noticed she was there. I barely did too. I did call it Metamorphosis. Woo! That is the wrong hero. That is a shapeshift friend. I don't know what's up with me. I need to get more sleep or something. Power Treads now on Weaver into the Mjolnir. There's the Shadow Demon Disruption. I hear 15-minute runes are going to be fighting over. The Demonic Purge used as well now onto the Night Stalker. Nice AoE fear, but the Disco Ball will pull him back in. Nefrit is affected here by the Blinding Light. Toss as well. Mellow barely alive. Does have that Purge thanks to the time lapses. They're not able to secure the kill. Nefrit either, nor the Night Stalker. Is now Bounty Hunter in a lot of trouble here, trying to just pump in damage, trying to get the kill here on the Boogie. Actually turns around a little bit, but still, with one Whirling Death, they find the kill there. Nefrit now taking a lot of damage here, as that's Soul Catcher. We'll give a little bit of it back. There we go. Wind and Rain, another fight from them. This Nefrit just pumping out the damage once again. 2 Wraith Bands, the Ring of Bazzi, and the Treads. Ag is soon on Boogie, so it's going to be a farming Night Stalker. Sometimes you see more of a utility Night Stalker as well. Getting up like Solar Crest. Well, that might have changed recently because the items have gotten a little bit worse since then. Trying to pull back the Tiny as the toss will not come through, but you still have the track onto 2 heroes now. The Chosen One's so fast here around his tracked heroes and the Phase Breach buff. Now Mellow closing the gap here. Level 3 toss for Avalanche as the Dust will catch a few heroes. Dark Ascension committed as Boogie in and around the cliffs here will be able to trap one inside the Kinetic Field. As Illuminate doing good work. Now it's going to be again the Night Stalker affected by the Demonic Purge. The Overgrowth, however, into the Static Storm does good work as they're able to create enough space there for the Timber to hunt down the Tiny. What is going on? Where is the Terrain Protector? The Chosen One able to hunt him down again. So much protection, so much dust, and now Wish with a double kill. This time, no Nefrit in the fight. He's been contently pushing top lane all by his lonesome. Instead, it's Timbersaw doing the damage here. 2100 damage done. Still Bounty. My goodness. Carry Bounty is very situational, but also good. especially when you have, you know, a Trim Protector. It was the last pick here. Alright, nearly there towards X, however, on the Night Stalker. Drums of Endurance on Tiny over Blink Dagger. Interesting. There's going to be Necro Book 1, 2. It's the red book, not the blue book. Red, blue, green. It's like the 3 attributes. And he probably did that on purpose, if I had to guess. This Spear Vessel is, though, so quality, though. Such a strong item here. And they will scout out the Chosen One here. He's got a Sentry Ward, so he's going to eat a track, but likely not die there. Or he's actually maxed the Thunderstrike here. I wonder if he's going to take the Thunderstrike damage, though. It's sometimes you see people only get 1 level in the Thunderstrike here, just because at the 10 talent you can pick this up and it doubles, and then you basically have, well, not really a double damage one, but... Because it doesn't increase the amount of strikes, but just does more damage to them. Trim Protector gonna get scouted here, unfortunately. Now tracked, nowhere you can go. Even the Demonic Purge used. I think he started channeling up that Overgrowth again, but just trolling them. 14 and 8 rather, gonna be the kill spread here. Closing in on 19 minutes. Neferit farming quite nicely, going for that BKB now. Has the Mithril Hammer probably on the Courier for himself. Pardon me, but we're going to farm in nicely. That's Aghanim Scepter on Night Stalker. He's got another minute here to really be able to use this, but... Actually, it's still good. It just doesn't stun during the daytime. Yeah, it's now good all the time. I forgot. This is no longer... Actually, it no longer does damage during the day, of course. This is what everyone memed on when the change came out. Now Joel has switched up the build here, going straight for Echo Saber. Doesn't feel like he wants to be Blink Dagger for some reason, as they feel that the Chosen One is close. 520 move speed, but quite fast as well is Boogie. Dark Ascension now, the AoE Void doing great work here, slowing down the Bounty Hunter, allowing the team to secure the kill. Is now a 2-man silence onto Boogie. They will drop the Demonic Purge out to him, slowing him down considerably, though, as Fervian continuing to create space, pushing him back with a Blinding Light, as Boogie looking to just cut him off here, jumping across that cliff. It's the tracks here. Now, this time with the Shapeshift, that's right, not the Metamorphosis, as all of the creeps nearby him. Astral, though, going to be left alone here as Boogie still got a few seconds left. The Overgrowth there, likely to secure the kill. As Neferit now wicked sick on his killing spree. The Shapeshifted Wolf still running around, but eating a lot of damages out from the Maelstrom procs. As the Invis Wolves continue to try and scout whatever they can find. They will have a track here onto the Weaver. He's actually got no time lapse for a few more seconds, and well, as fast as he is, Bounty's not that much slower, which is a scary thought. Tiny. Still no Blink Dagger on him. Doesn't want to go for it. Just opting out of that item. He's gone for a different early game item, so... At least the farm has just gone into something else, as now there's going to be BKB on Neferit. Closing in now, going straight for that Mjolnir. Is there a good reason not to go for the Lincolns this game? Let's take a look here. Targeted abilities. You got quite a few of them. Chakram, Track can break it quite easily. Tiny Toss will do that. Shadow Demon Disruption and the Demonic Purge. So, out of all of those, I mean, they're all still good abilities, but the thing, I don't know. Like, they still don't mind using any of those on you, especially more so the Chakram, which, if I recall correctly, will still pop your Lincolns. It won't hit you, but it'll still continue to bounce to any units that it does hit. As now Bounty Hunter going to be walking through here. Boogie just feels a disturbance in the force and will jump straight onto him. as they commit the Dark Ascension a bit more. What the hell? Do they have a sentry? I'm so confused how they found that kill there. Action not buying back. They're gonna drop the disco ball, nuking down the disruptor. Why? Let's get out the overgrowth, but taunted back into the light as Nefrit, BKB doing the damage. Now there's gonna be a disconnect here right in the middle of the fight. Wish has been standing there at least for a few seconds. I was wondering what he was doing.
That was a morning.
And they have bought back, however, onto the bounty hunter. He must have gotten body blocked or something then. Or did it track him? Oh, he tracked them. That's why he knew. He tracked them, that mad lad. He must have. He must have tracked him. A little bit of a death wish there on that bounty hunter, but maybe able to start a fight here. You got a few seconds, probably 5 left here of the BKB. Timber Saw? It should be an Ags, I'd imagine. Not coming on the courier for sure, but he's building up to it here. Does disconnect here in the middle of the fight. Do they have the damage here for the bounty on the second buyback? Do they have the detection for him? He's got no Shadow Walk here. Rooted up, they will be able to see him, of course. As coming into the fight here, shapeshifted up is Lycan. Level 3 Necro Book here. They've already killed the Treants, though, which is going to be the main concern. But now at least Nefrit can't really run too easily either. It's actually a pretty good pick against the Weaver, because you can close the gap on him quite easily. And Necro 3 is going to have that True Sight. Well, what else happens in this fight? I think you know. Demonic Purge has been used. The question's onto who? Looks like probably onto, yep, Night Stalker indeed. There we go. Demonic Purge. So he's going to be speeding up a bit, about to take like 300 damage-ish. He's on the Tiny though. Crippling Fear back up in 3 more seconds, and then he's got another AoE Void. I feel like Wind and Rain are probably going to try and back their way out of this one. Wish didn't get the engagement, unfortunately. It looks like he disconnected right in the middle of this fight. So that's why he's just standing here with a Chakram on himself, it looks like. Bit of issue there. It's going to be a hectic one when he does reconnect eventually. While we have this nice pause, right? Why not go ahead and thank our main sponsor here for the tournament. Shout outs to them. OMG.bet. Make sure you guys check them out. And we've got a banner in the below here. So show their support for sponsoring this main tournament. Thanks again to them, guys. OMG.bet. Ooh boy, bit of a long disconnect this one, huh? We're actually starting to see that team fight break out. It looks like, yeah, he actually just stands there through 2 or 3 blinks of the Ignis as well. As once again, Nemiga asking for a draw. They did this game number 1. They just asked to flip for it. Hopefully he's able to reconnect, but yeah, did end up hard crashing there in the middle of that team fight, unfortunately. Well, hopefully we get the ability to reconnect here.
May the light keep you.
Well, this is going to be a bit of a longer disconnect, apparently. Maybe I should go ahead and send it back to the AFK screen here while we make sure we can get all reconnected.
May the light keep you.
Alright, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back to the AFK screen. We will be right back, guys. Hopefully, I'll go ahead and update you once I get any more information here. But looks like this could be potentially a bit of a longer pause, so stick around. Hopefully, the rest of Game 3 coming soon.
Thought I'd be traversing this road blind. The subtle games you play, I can't get off my mind. Like you live for the chase, live for the love of the fight. Build me up, take me down, and then take flight. I think I'm done, tired of trying now. I can't stand all the lying that I've always
Caribbean. This, I don't actually know what happens here if he doesn't reconnect with anything. Like, what happens? I'm curious. Oh, good thing I don't have to decide. I'm not an admin. I'm just here. They do have two wolves closing the gap quite quickly here. I don't think they get affected by the overgrowth. Denver's still got all of his items to use though, so yeah, well, I mean, we'll see how this fight breaks down. So a few seconds left on the Dark Ascension, but longer pause for sure.
You conspire against me.
These guys have to be so upset, actually. These two mud golems, they're just chilling here and trying to start a family, and then some angry bug boy throws a bunch of bugs on them. There's an angry shadow demon lord just continuing to toss poison onto them. They can't even move to say anything about it either because the tree overgrowths them. Come on, man. Like, that's very rude. They're just trying to live their best life there. There's our Necronomicon 3 here, affected by Shadow Poison, of course. Or is that the Swarm? Is that the Swarm debuff? It is! What? You guys all have bugs on them, you're telling me? Oh, yeah, there they are. His mom told him to pause. Mom, I can't pause it. It's an online game. It doesn't work like that. I guess that is the Swarm. What a strange... That can't be, though, because Lycan doesn't have it. What the hell is that? What is that from? What's that debuff? Is it Void? Oh, it's Void probably, right? No, because they're not affected by Void. What is that? Someone please answer me. Unfortunately, the chat delays. Severe. Oh my god, it's happening. He's reconnected. Holy cow, we've been paused for about 10 minutes, but we are back. Getting right back into the action here after a nice little break. Thank you for sticking around through the pause. My cat has hidden in the closets. And we've got the good to go here, so we're not going to waste a second, hopefully getting back in. Indeed, the case as the G is given to go. And the unpausing countdown begins. Let's see, go Wish now is going to be back. Timber Chaining across the fight. There is going to be the Overgrowth ending as well. But Nemiga going to be sticking around. They're going to get the kill onto the Tiny. Now silencing up the Bounty Hunter. Ooh, oh, not connecting onto the tree, however. Now there's going to be the Dark Ascension ending. TPing out of trouble will be Boogie. Does have the ability to do so freely. So if we got the Tiny, and I think they're still chasing Coddle somewhere, aren't they? Nope. Alright, well that was a little bit anticlimactic. Smoked up now is going to be Nemiga as they're going to head into the jungle. There's going to be an Avatos as they have vision on the Treant Protector, sitting right next to a Sentry Ward. Unfortunately for the Treant, as now they're going to go get their first Tier 1 tower, actually, with a Lycan in the game, already with Necro 3. Be able to catch one. There's going to be the mute. Actually, they're going to stop the shape. No, they're not going to stop the shapeshift from going through. And in fact, they're just going to kill him. That dog just running around is not able to go anywhere. Wind and rain. Nikwa will die, though. The Chosen One jumping onto him. There's going to be another Dark Ascension. They banished one. As now the Will-O-Wisp getting dropped. The Ignis onto two heroes. Wish trying to outrun it. Will not be able to. Does not quite have the move speed and likely to break up that fight. Maybe Nefrit continuing to fight here. It is level 22. This man is farmed, and now Wish is like, oh god, we can keep killing them. On to the Chosen One they go. The dust will not hit him, though, so I think that's going to be a-okay now to be Bounty Hunter. And Vizrune on the Shadow Demon has the completed Aether Lens. I hear again the Overgrowth getting cancelled somewhere. That's why, because was considering fighting as him. Now we'll actually commit it, but Wish gonna get caught there inside of the disruption. The Chosen One out of mana here. Does have 5, now 6 wand charges. The root onto him is there. Do they have the damage? The Hellbear Smasher not quite enough as the Leech Seed keeping alive the Tree Protector. One more attack there is gonna be enough. Finally, Nefrit's still godlike. Oh no. Oh no, not like this. Well, in we go again. Knocking a coin off of my desk in disgust here. I'll leave this up in case anyone can read it, but I cannot. Oh, it's a quick one. It's a quick one. We're already back to the action here. The first boss seemed like he just needed to like reset his router or something, as Coddle brought all the way back here, caught inside the kinetic field. My god, the damage on Nefrit. I actually didn't get to see how he killed the Shadow Demon. I imagine it was literally just right clicks. Yep. That's the case. Nice up there from the Tree Protector. He was memeing a little bit because he knew he was scouted, but ends up baiting them back to chase up towards the high ground here. And they're going to get another one, actually. There's the glimpse. We'll catch one. The Silence trying to TP out here, but the Void with the mini stun and the Sakuchi attacks easily enough. Level 24, the Mjolnir taking the Swarm Talons as well, actually. Nefrit now heading into Roche, has a fresh BKB, nearly enough money now for the Satanic. They've taken the talent for the Swarms. Well, actually they're both Storm Talents with the +4 attacks to kill. Down to very little armor is Roche, -7 now as they'll toggle the aggro over to Wish. Now goes the Swarm Bug, making this Roche a bit harder, but no real way to contest this. You do not have Ags yet, not even, actually, he's gone back, he's doubled back on the build. Instead of the Echo Saber, he's gone actually back to the Blink here after the Drums of Endurance. Finding it necessary as Boogie going to be chasing up the high ground here, pushing him back down. The Blinding Light as well as, ooh, nice glimpse there. Able to set up the kill it quite easily for Nefrit. They're going to continue chasing here. Wind and Rain off the back of this, up 12k all of a sudden, by the way, because Nefrit has just been basically free to farm. Wish unstoppable, certainly feels like it. As, I think that means I love you in the demon tongue. No trees here to throw, more into Timber Chain 2. So the Tree Protector, what level is it? Still just 10, but 24 somehow onto Nefrit. They go now onto the base. There's no Desolator here on the Weaver, but he's got the damage regardless, especially thanks to that DD rune. Out he goes, 25 now. And they're going to extend their lead even more, getting a first lane of barracks there. Now with an Aegis here is just about to have enough money for the Reaver to complete that. Looking for his level 25 talent here. I do wonder what you take. I'd imagine you take the Geminate attack, right? Although the Sakuchi move speed might be good. There's going to be the Crippling Fear immediately silencing up the Tiny, catching him with the Swarm. He's quite fast, not fast enough. Do they have the damage to stop this TP? Nope, not quite yet. You do have some attacks chasing him down, I think, though. I don't know where they've gone here. They're about to hit him, I think. Where'd they go? Oh, well, now he's going to just join them. He'll be fine. Bottom lane, though, look at this. They're going to catch Nikwa here. Field is dropped. Wish trying to get away. Will at least be able to dodge out a little bit of damage there. They're going to drop a Static Storm out right on top of the Disruptor, though. Doesn't care too much now. Why? With the Overgrowth, Bounty BKB'd up, though, disrupting onto the Timber side. He's buy back onto 1. Now they're getting killed onto the Tree Protector as Nefrit now joining the fight here. Blinding Light onto 2. Boogie with the AoE Void as well as the Silence now getting involved as the Chosen One running down Wishing with the Spirit Vessel. Buybacks now all around the Horn as it's going to be a Shadow Demon as well as the Coddle both buying back. Wish nearly dead, but they are able to get the bounty I think he's going to be okay. And they'll be able to catch more. Actually, Nefrit finally lands the kill onto the Tiny. That's a dieback now on the Shadow Demon. Beyond Godlike as Nefrit. How did this man get so far? Does he have an XPM talent? Ah, ha, 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 ha. Okay, that makes more sense. Well, it's still a bit spooky now. Level 25, he's gone for the Sakuchi move speed as well. He does have boots. No, he moves even faster. No, he really doesn't need it, doesn't he? Into the base they go now. Only 2 heroes alive to try and defend this one. Lycan ended up dipping out of that fight. Didn't quite feel strong enough. Has got the Aghanim Scepter now on Lycan. Might be a bit too late for that. Top lane will be pushing quite hard now with the wolves. There's a mid, those are actually his units actually, but top lane will be pushing here. As there's a TP back, there's going to be the shapeshift as well. Maybe trying to catch Nefrit here. They don't have vision of him, however. You sceptered up by Wish as the shapeshift trying to catch someone. He's going to get caught here in the kinetic field as Nico just watching him, baiting him. Now they kill the Tiny as Fervian next to die. Down he goes, and now Lycan trying to do whatever he can, though, just running around in these trees. Static Storm will get dropped with the BKB out from Bounty Hunter. Means he's A-okay, as Lycan just going to be trying to his best to cut the waves. Out of the shapeshift he goes, but Wish closing the gap on him as the Chosen One. And Nefrit healing off here. Astral going to be dropping at least a disruption, living a bit longer, but Booby here to follow up on that damage. Lycan still alive. Bounty Hunter getting ran down. Nefrit way too fast here. You can't run away with him, especially with that talent. Now choosing to try and fight now beyond Godlike as Wish will be able to get the kill here onto Lycan eventually. My goodness gracious me. Yule Scepter into just a crap ton of pure damage there. Just a nice little bit of the Chakram run around, I'd imagine. Buyback is available on Lycan. Tiny died very early on in that fight and has naturally respawned, but does not have buyback though. 400 gold shy of it. He's going to go for a casual quarterstaff here, trying his best to at least finish off one item here. Nuking down the creep wave. Needs a bit more gold there for the Ogre Club. 2 lanes of barracks gone. You did lose a top tier 1 in that push, thanks to the wolves pushing quite hard. But the problem is, against the super creep, the wolves make very little to no difference. Even quote-unquote relatively early on, there's been 1530, so there's been 4 upgrades now to the creeps since level 1, as they upgrade every 7.5 minutes. And even now, the regular melees are going to be stronger than the wolves. Not in terms of attack damage, quite obviously, right? But as well as the Maim. The Maim is still really good against them, don't get me wrong. But like against super creeps, it's not too effective, unfortunately. 450 damage, 50 damage, compared to 48 damage and 750 health is just tough for the wolves to deal with here, unless they get pretty lucky here on the Nefrit here as well. It's still better than nothing, but a bit tough. I think the axe is a good purchase if you can get it like really early. You need to get that like boots, like you need to get that before Necro is the thing, for it to be really good. As they've caught one, it's going to be Fervian rather. For it now, that's going to be his 17th kill, 17, 1, and 11. As Static Storm is dropped, BKB by the Chosen One. The damage here is not going to be enough out of Nefrit. MKB to his name now. Satanic MKB, Butterfly next here. What more could this man want? Tiny continuing to push against the supers here, at least creating a bit of space, as the wolves will continue to howl, but unfortunately not too strong against the heroes. As they've caught one, it's the bounty. He's got no BKB this time. The AoE silence as well. Disruption will come out from the Shadow Demon, but he will die there. Nefrit, 18, now nearly 19 kills, I believe. 18 is going to be the number we settle on for now. Tiny does have the buyback now. Nefrit still just so strong. How do they even take down this man? This is likely to be Megas and almost certainly the game. Nemiga still will qualify here for the playoffs, but now instead, hold that thought, actually, it's a nice blinding light here onto 2 or 3. Actually, that's the disco ball. But now onto the backline jumps Wish. Melodol used to forced to pop the Avalanche toss defensively. Chosen One still alive somehow, as that's going to be Agnum Scepter now, and the Timber Saw twice the damage output because of this Chakra. Nefert now popping his big KP. Yule Scepter up is the Tiny. Cannot get the Blink Dagger out. Down he goes. Does have buyback, but that's going to be now the 18th kill. Wish now godlike, so 2 heroes godlike now. As now, maybe they can actually find the kill here onto 1. They will. That's a lot of gold, 1,000 gold given, but at last those barracks will fall, securing the Megas, and this lineup doesn't do too nicely against Megas. The Wolves will help a bit, but it's a bit scary. Without the Tiny Axe, it doesn't really feel like they have the team fight. Like, they don't really have someone that like runs in and draws aggro of enemies, right? Like, if you look at the Wind and Rain draft, who does the job here? Wish and, well, they got kind of 2. I would say Wish as well as Boogie, right? So that kind of leaves Nefert, although now dead, able to just kind of run around and do damage. But for Nemiga, it's a bit harder to do that. You do finally, I mean, just Bounty's just not tanky enough, quite frankly. Lycan would prefer to just run around and hit people at leisure, right? And preferably get the backlines, but 24k now as the Wolves still howl. 99% chance here, as there's going to be the preventative silence coming out. Dark Ascension used as well. You might be able to catch another one as he sees Tiny farming in the jungle. Shape shift here. It's Lycan trying to find something here, but maybe just trying to run away as well. Can't slow him down though. Up on the high ground he goes. Boogie still again with the Crippling Fear, trying to do anything else here. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to though. And into the base they go. Overgrowth is used. Blinding, or Will-O-Wisp dropped, but 2 Chakram. There's twice a dead horse. As now a disconnect by Tiny. Surely should be GG. Yep, Nemiga will call it. Will be GG. Well played. So it is going to be Wind and Rain able to pull out the 2-1 victory here. Let me just double check on the Liquipedia page, but that should put them through here to the OMG.bet playoffs. Let me just check that there, check that there.
Join my army of the dead. Join my army of the dead.